Hi, ladies. How are you? I'm Amy Lively. I'm the author of How to Love Your Neighbor Without Being Weird. Here it is. Isn't this the cutest little book you've ever seen? Be on the lookout for it. It's going to start arriving in your inbox and in your mailbox because I am so honored that it's been chosen by the Women's Ministry Leadership Team at the North American Baptist Convention to be your focus for women's ministry in 2016. This is the year, ladies. It's the year we're going to love our neighbor in a whole new way, and it doesn't have to be weird. And I have been in your seat, ladies. I've been the women's ministry leader who is deciding what kinds of materials we're going to focus on in our church for the coming year. What do our women need? What are their challenges? What do they need? A little poking or prodding or equipping or inspiring or even a little bit of kicking sometimes. So I've been there to choose it. I know how important it is. I've tried to make this book not only inspirational, but also a little entertaining and very, very practical. Lots of real things that you can do in your own street, in your own neighborhood, every single day. I've also been that woman in the pew who is hearing our leaders say what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be working on, the journey we're going to take together. And I know how hard it is. I know how hard it was for me. I know how hard it was for me to get out and get to know my neighbors, understand what Christ meant by his number 2 command of love your neighbor, and how that works in our practical lives when we're wives, we're mothers, we're workers, we're daughters, we're busy people. But I'll tell you a little secret. I searched everywhere in the Bible. I did not find an exception clause to Christ's number 2 command. So the book is full of ways to make that happen. Most of all, though, ladies, I have been the woman next door. I've been the woman who needed a neighbor. I've been the woman who needed a friend. I've been the woman who needed Jesus. You'll read all about my personal testimony, how I walked away from God, and natural relationships with spiritual women drew me back to him. And that's why I'm so passionate about encouraging women to love their neighbor without being weird. It can be done. I would love to talk to you about this. Call me anytime. You have my contact information. My website is howtoloveyourneighbor.com. I would love to speak with you. I'd love to pray with you about what's happening in your women's ministry and in your specific community. Together, we can love our neighbors in a whole new way in 2016. Thank you very much for being on this journey with me.